All right, well, welcome back, and we are going to be talking about 6.1b, okay, which is finding or using mean and standard deviation of a continuous random variable. And also talking about if we have discrete random variables, difference between those. Okay, and so what we have is we have among those who play Minecraft, so we have a Minecraft question here for our example number 2. And the amount of time they spend playing per day is approximately normally distributed with a mean of 150 minutes and a standard deviation of 42.7 minutes. Suppose we choose Minecraft players at a random and let y equal the amount of time spent playing Minecraft in the minutes. All right, so what type of variable is y? Well, the amount of time spent playing Minecraft, well, that can be continuous. All right, that's going to be continuous. All right, and the reason why it's being continuous is because um, the y variable, which we know in this case is minutes, all right, um, from 0 to, if we have that, um, how many minutes are in 24 hours. So if I take out my little calculator right here, well, I got 60 minutes, all right, and times 24. And what we have is then we got about 1,440 minutes. So that's what we got. So right here, we can have 1,440 minutes. Okay, so y is minutes from the minutes. All right, variable is from 0 to 104,000. And can be any one of those values. What do we know about discrete? When we talk about discrete random variables, is that they are set amounts. Okay, so for example, if you have shoe size, generally shoe size is not from 0 to 13 or 0 to 17. It's really like you have a size 12 or 9 or 9.5, but you have set amounts within that. Okay, so that's why this continues, because really the minutes can be from anywhere from 0 to 1,440 minutes in a whole entire day. Okay, so that's why this is continuous. So we're talking about a continuous random variable right here. And so now the next thing is let's interpret the standard deviation. Okay, let's interpret the standard deviation here. And what we have is we have our mean and we have our standard deviation. Now, if you recall, standard deviation is the average distance from the mean. And so what we have here, let's put a little context to this. So the amount of time, all right, players spend playing Minecraft, okay, and what we know is that this typically varies, okay, all right, varies by, what do we got here, 42.7 minutes from the mean, time of 150 minutes, okay, and that's a lot of time. All right, 150 minutes. So the amount of time players spend playing Minecraft typically varies by 42.7 minutes from the mean time of 150 minutes. So that's what we know there. Okay, so now that's what we have for our standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation. And now let's take this and let's find part C. Well, in part C it says this: find the p-value where y is less than or equal to 90, and we're going to interpret this value. Okay, so when we have this, because we have a normal distribution, I'm going to just kind of draw this out. All right, and what we have here is we have a mean of 150, and we have a standard deviation of 42.7. Okay, and if I put this right here, 150, so this is minutes, and we're looking for where we have 90, so 90 is going to be down here. All right, and when we have that, we're going to shade that in. We're looking for that value. So the probability of y being less than or equal to 90, so we're going to find that out. Now, there is a bunch of different ways we could do this. In order to find out this value, p where y is going to be less than 90, okay, we could use our calculator. And if you recall back in the day when we talked about normal distribution, we can use what's known as normalcdf. Okay, And what we could do right here is if we take our lower value, all right, and we'll say the lowest value we have is going to be 0. And we go to our upper limit, okay, and our upper value is going to be 90 in this case because we're starting from probably 0 to 90, all right, and then we're going to take our mean of our y, which in this case is going to be 150, and we're going to take our standard deviation of y in this case, which is going to be 42, all right, 0.7, and if we go to our calculator and punch that in there, and all right, and we go to look at our distribution, so select vars right here, and we go down to 2 normal CDF, punch that in there, and we can punch in all of our values. So our lower limit is going to be 0, our upper limit is going to be 90, all right, we have our mean, which is going to be of 150, all right, 150, and we have a standard deviation of 42.7, and we can do that, and if you put that in there, we can paste it and press enter, and we can realize that we have a value of 0.0798. 0.0798. And we'll have that. All right. What we could also do if we wanted to is we could actually make a z-score. And if we took our z-score, what we're going to do is we're going to take find out where 90 is. So that's our value. Subtract that from our mean, divide it by our standard deviation, which is 42.7. And we can find our z-score right here if we went to our calculator again. Oops. All right. And we took our 90, all right, and we minus 150. Press enter, and then we divide that by 42.7. And we get negative 1.405, negative 1.05. All right, so negative 1.405, and that would be our, all right, z-score right here. And so if we had this, we know when we have our normal, we have 0 as our mean, 1 is there, here's 0, and then we have this negative 1.405, and we're looking for all these values underneath here. We could go to table A, all right, or whatever we wanted to do right here, and that would give us our value, which would equal that as well. Okay, or I could also put a normal CDF in your calculator and figure that out. Now let's interpret that value. So what do we get here? Well, all right, essentially what we have here is if we randomly selected, all right, the probability of randomly selecting a player who spends, what we got here, what's our y value? Spends 90 minutes or less playing Minecraft is, well, what we have right here, 0.0798, and that's what we have. All right, or you could say 7.98%. All right, if you want to put in that there as well. All right, 7.98%. All right, that's also what it's saying, and that's what we have. So the probability of randomly selecting a player who spends 90 minutes or less playing Minecraft is 0.0798. Okay, and so that's what we have there. Now, we have one more question we want to answer here, and you can figure this out. We can go through here and do the same thing. All right, we have normal. We always want to label our graphs here. So we have 150 as our mean, 42.7 is our standard deviation. We're talking about right here, this is our 150. And so we're talking about what's the probability of randomly selecting a player who spends 45 minutes, or between 45 minutes and 90 minutes. Okay, 40 minutes. Yeah, between 45 and 90 minutes. Including those values. And so what we have here then is we're going to go over there and say, okay, this is 45. And here's 90. And we're going to find this probability in between. And so I'm going to change the color right there. and just so we have something else. And so in order to figure this out, we can go probability, we can go 45, um, we can go like this, and we can go to our calculator again, and if you can go ahead and do that, we're going to use normal CDF again. Now in this case, our lower bound, all right, is going to be 45. Our upper, make sure you label all of these. Our upper is going to be 90. We're going to have our mean of y, which is going to be, in this case, under 50 again. And we have our standard deviation of y, which is going to be 42.7. And we go to our calculator. And we take that right there and clear this. Go to our second vars. And we go down to normal CDF. And we're going to punch in here. We're starting at 45 now. And we have 90, we have everything else being the same because I already got it all in there. And we press enter, and this is going to be 0.0730, 0.703. All right, and so we got right here 0.7, all right, I'm going to say here 30, 0.073, okay, which is a little bit less than the previous one. And so we can go through the same process if we wanted to find these two different values, find our disease scores for each one, use our table A if we wanted to figure that out. But I'm just going to use the normal CDF. And so now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to write what this is. So this is the probability, or the probability of randomly selecting a player who spends 45 to 90 minutes, all right, playing Minecraft. Is 0.073 or 7.3%. And that's what we got there. Okay. And so we finished up example number 2 about Minecraft, and we used a continuous distribution and using a random variable, using its mean and standard deviation, and what we learned about normal curves, and help us figure this out, a little bit more CF stuff. Well, I hope this helps you out, and yeah, good luck and God bless in the rest of your problems.